Today we're checking out these MP Concepts Interstellar LED taillights with black housings and clear lenses for the 2021 and newer Broncos. If you want the rear of your Bronco to look a lot more custom and a lot more modern at the same time, this is one of those upgrades that makes a strong impression the first time somebody sees the truck at night or when you're walking up to it from the back, so it's definitely worth considering. These taillights bring a very different personality to the back of the Bronco with a Raptor-inspired design and a more aggressive custom look than that factory setup. A big reason that someone would want this exact pair specifically is because they do a lot more than just replace some worn out lights. They help the truck stand out from the pack and give you a modern custom feel. You are also getting super bright LED technology for the brake, turn, running signals, and reverse functions, which means better visibility and a more refined light signature when you're on the road. That extra brightness is especially nice in traffic, bad weather, or any time that you want other drivers to pick up on your signals more easily. Another nice feature is the fact that it's going to work with factory halogen and OEM LED taillights, so it gives you some flexibility depending on how your Bronco came equipped. And since these are plug and play, sold as a pair, they're a really nice clean option for someone who wants a custom rear end upgrade without turning it into a big wiring project. When it comes to the construction on this, you are getting black ABS plastic housings with red and clear polycarbonate lenses. Plus that's all inside a weather sealed assembly to protect the internal electronics from dirt and moisture over time. That's exactly the type of construction that you're gonna want on your Bronco because these need to hold up to weather, washdowns, road grime, and normal trail use without getting faded or hazy over time. And the polycarbonate build on the lenses is a nice premium touch because they don't get faded or hazy over time because these are UV stable. Now, as far as the pricing goes on these, they're coming in right in the low 400s price range. For a full pair of custom LED taillights with a unique design, stronger light output, and compatibility across halogen and LED equipped Broncos, then that is a solid value in my opinion for a rear end upgrade that really changes the look of the car. When it comes to the install on this one, it's going to get rated a simple 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter since it's a direct fit swap on the install. You can have this done in just 45 minutes of your time, or even less if everything goes smooth. Now let's head on out to the shop. We're going to give you a detailed walkthrough of exactly how this install process goes.
For this install, you will need an impact or ratchet, a small extension, 7, 8, and 10 millimeter sockets, a small pry tool, and a clip removal tool. All right, today we're going to be installing some taillights on our Bronco, so let's get started. All right, so we need to remove our factory taillight first. We've got our door open because we need to access our inner trim panel. This is held on by 4 plastic push clips in here as well as 2 screws. So we've got our clip removal tool. We're going to remove these first, and then we'll get our screws out. Now, as you see, we only have 2 of our 4 clips in. You should have 1 up top and then this other one in the middle. Get our trim tool. These 2 out. And we're going to get our 8 millimeter socket and remove our 2 screws. Once we have those out, we can pull our trim out. Now you want to watch this little stopper, kind of a pain to get around. Get that out of the way. Next, we need to remove our lower trim panel. Now, in order to do that, we're going to have to pull part of our fender flare out. These are held in by these little twist tabs, so all you need to do is turn them so they unseat, and then we'll pull our flare out. I like to do the first 2, and then that is far enough. We'll reach behind, pull out on our trim. Careful. It'll unseat from there. Now we're going to pop it out from its tabs on this side. You can reach behind, pop this out. Now our bottom tab down here is broken, but you do have a 10 millimeter screw that you will need to remove with a 10 mil socket. And once you have that 10 millimeter out, you need to pull this top trim panel off so we can access our taillight mounting bolts and our plug. We're going to unplug this first. Push in on the tab, pop that out. Now our taillight itself is held in by two 8mm screws in here and then a 10mm screw out there. So we're going to grab our 8mm socket and get these two out first. Now we'll grab our 10mm socket and remove this upper 10mm screw. You do not have to touch this lower one. You want to support your taillight while you do this. Pull that screw out and remove your taillight. Now once you have this taillight out, you can do the same thing for the other side. All right, so now that we have our taillight out, we do have it up on the table because we're going to need to swap over the mounting bracket from our factory one to our new setup. This is held in by four 7mm screws along the back side. Got our 7mm socket on our impact. We'll remove our screws. You also want to unplug your harness from your taillight. So you want to lift that safety plug, push it on your tab and pop that out. We'll get these out. Now again, I did say four. You should have another one back here. We have lost ours due to many previous installs. Once you have those out, bring that out. You can set your factory light aside. Now we've got our new taillight, and we'll get everything transferred over. Now I do have a small piece of styrofoam because we are going to have to lay this down. Definitely don't want to scratch up your lens on a rough surface. So if you have a towel, rag, or styrofoam, you set that down like so. We're going to take our factory bracket. We're actually going to remove this original harness. So you want to pull the wiring out. And on the back side of this, there's a retainer tab. We're going to get a small pry tool, pop that off, and get our connector off. So we've got our small pry tool. We're going to lift up on the retainer, pull out on our plug. Set that aside. Now you want your new plug to come through the bottom, that's the round hole of your bracket, like so. We're going to line this up with the mounting tabs, light. Then we're going to reuse our 7mm screws to mount this in place. So you want to get these all loosely in position first so you can situate your bracket correctly, and then we'll tighten these down. Remember, you are screwing into plastic, so you don't have to over tighten these. And once we have this installed, we're also going to install our adapter harness. It comes with your resistor. And we're going to plug this side into our light side. Make sure that snaps into place. Lock your tab down. This is going to go onto your vehicle. It does have a factory style mount, so we can mount that back on our clip. Slide this onto the retainer. That'll snap into place like so. Now, as far as your ballast or resistor, you do have two mounting tabs. Your kit does come with two screws to mount this out of the way, or you can use some double-sided tape or something like that. For demonstration purposes, we're not going to screw into our mount with this. As long as you have it tucked out of the way, it should be fine. So we'll get this on the vehicle now. Once you have this side set up, you can do the same thing for the other side. All right, so now we can install our light. The first thing we're going to do is plug it in. It's a lot easier to do it while it's still out. Plug our connector, get our factory harness, and line our tail light up. You want to make sure your new harness isn't blocking any mounting points. We'll hold this in place. We're going to get one of our 8mm screws loosely on to kind of hold its position. We'll get the bottom one in as well. Now for your resistor, just tuck this back behind here and keep it nice and safe. Now we can get our 10mm screw back in our lower mount. We've got a 10mm socket. We'll get that in place. And we'll go back and tighten down our two 8mm. Now we'll get our 8mm socket and tighten these two down. Now we can reinstall our upper trim. Line that back up. Pop that back into place. Again, doing this at home, you want to reinstall that lower 10mm screw. Now we can reinstall our lower trim. Line up our front clips. Pop those in. Get our side section back in. Reinstall our flare. Lock our clips back in. Now we'll get our inner trim back in. It helps a lot to line up that bump stop with its mounting hole first. Slide this in. back into place. Get it sitting properly. First, you want to reinstall your 4 push clips. Again, we only have 2. Don't forget your top one there. A lot of people forget that. And we'll reinstall our 2 8mm screws. Once you got this side done, you can repeat the same process for the other side. Alrighty, that about wraps up our review and install of our MP Concepts Interstellar LED taillights with black housings and clear lenses for your 21 to current Bronco. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Bronco, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.